righteous will flourish, prosperity will abound till the moon is no more, and he shall continue as long as the sun, and before the moon forever. In his days shall righteousness spring up, and abundance of peace till the moon be removed. Psalm 110:3. Your troops will be willing on your day of battle. Arrayed in holy majesty, from the womb of the dawn you will receive the dew of your mouth. With thee in dominion in the day of thy power, in the splendors of thy saints I have begotten thee from the womb, before the morning star. Hebrews 9:6. For to us a child is born, to us a son is given, the government will be upon his shoulders, and he will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. For a child is born to us, and a son is given to us, whose government is upon his shoulders, and his name shall be called Messenger, Angel of the Great Counsel. So that's in the Septuagint, and so obviously there is a Messianic that shows you what in the Old Testament it teaches a little bit. There's tons more information, but you just get a little snippet of there is a Messiah coming. Now we're looking at the Jewish Apocrypha. In 2nd Esdras chapter 7 verse 26 to 30, he said, For indeed the time will come, when the signs that I have foretold to you will come to pass, that the city that now is not seen shall appear, and the land that now is hidden shall be disclosed. Everyone who has been delivered from the evils that I have foretold shall see my wonders. For my son the Messiah shall be revealed with those who are with him, and those who remain shall rejoice 400 years. After those years my son the Messiah shall die, and all who draw human breath, and the world shall be turned by primal silence for 7 days, as it was the first beginnings, so that no one shall be left. 2nd Esdras, ESDR, chapter 12, verse 31-34. As for the lion whom you saw rousing up out of the forest, and roaring and speaking up to the eagle, and proving him for unrighteousness, and for all his words that you have heard, this is the Messiah, whom the Most High has kept until the end of days. He will arise from the offspring of David, and will come back and speak with him. He will denounce them from the ungodliness and for the wickedness, and will display before them their contemptuous dealings. But first he will bring them alive before his judgment seat, and when he has reproved them he will destroy them, but in mercy he will set free the remnant of my people who have been saved. 2nd ESDR, chapter 13, verse 3, the vision. As I kept looking, the wind made something like the figure of a man come up out of the heart of the sea, and I saw that this man flew with the clouds of heaven. This is the interpretation of the vision. As for your seeing a man come from the heart of the sea, this is whom the Most High has been keeping for many ages, who will himself deliver his creation. When these things take place, the signs occur that I showed you before. Then my son will be revealed, whom you saw as a man coming up from the sea. 2nd Esdras 13:36-37. But he shall stand on the top of Mount Zion. Zion shall come and be made manifest to all people, prepared and built as you saw the mountain carved out with the hands. Then he, my son, will reprove the assembled nations for their ungodliness. 2nd Esdras, 2nd ESDR, chapter 13:52. Then he said to me, just as no one can explore or know what is the depths of the sea, so one can see my son or those who are with him, except in the time of his day. 2nd Esdras 4:9. For you shall taken up from humankind, and henceforth you shall live with my son, with who are like you, until the times are ended. So there's generally a belief in the Son as the Messiah, a representative of a new age. I find that very interesting. These are my own thoughts. First Maccabees, generally considered the least messianic, maybe even anti-messianic of the Old Testament epoch, still has mild statements. On Maccabees 4:46, and stored the stones, sacred altar stones, in a convenient place on the temple hill until a prophet should come to tell what to do with them. 1 Maccabees 9:27, so there was a great distress in Israel, such as not been since the time that prophets to appear among them. 1 Maccabees 4:14, 14:41, the Jews and their priests have resolved that Simon should be the leader and high priest forever until a trustworthy prophet should arise. Note, the author of 1 Maccabees is familiar with Daniel 7 and also narrates some apocalyptic scenes such as the resurrection. But the Davidic line is not mentioned in connection with these events seems odd, given the others writing in the period. Make it clear that the connection was commonly held. It is to be remembered, as Goldstein points out, that the author of 1 Maccabees was a pro-Hasmonean protagonist who at least hints that the dynasty of David was not forever, but only until the time of Maccabees. Excuse me. So the Jewish pseudo-epigrapher, 1 Enoch 46 verse 1, all that place I saw, the one to whom belongs the time before time, and his head was white like wool, and there was with him another individual, whose face was like that of a human being. His countenance was full of grace like that among the holy angels. Who is this? And he answered me and said, This is the Son of Man, to whom belongs righteousness, with whom righteousness dwells. This Son of Man whom you have seen is the one who would remove the kings and the mighty ones from their comfortable seats, and the strong ones from their homes. 1 Enoch 48, 2-10. At that hour the Son of Man was given a name. In the presence of the Lord of spirits before time, even before the creation of the sun and the moon, before the creation of the stars, he was given a name in the presence of the Lord of the spirits. He will become a staff for the righteous one, in order that they may lean on him and not fall. He is the light of the Gentiles, and he will become the hope of those who are sick in their hearts. All those who dwell upon the earth shall fall and worship before him. They shall glorify, bless, and sing the name of the Lord of the spirits. For this purpose he became the chosen one. He was concealed in the presence of the Lord of the spirits prior to the creation of the world and for eternity, and is revealed the wisdom of the word of the Lord of the spirits, the righteous and holy ones. And for they, the wicked kings and landowners, have divided the Lord of the spirits and his Messiah. 1 Enoch 51:3, the elect one will sit on God's throne. 1 Enoch 52:4, he said to me, all these things which you have seen happen by the authority of the Messiah, so that he may give orders to be praised upon the earth. 1 Enoch 62:5, and pain shall seize them when they see the Son of Man sitting on the throne of his glory. 1 Enoch 62:7, the Son of Man was concealed from the beginning, and the Most High One preserved him in the presence of his power. Then he revealed him to the holy and elect ones. 1 Enoch 62:14, the Lord of spirits will abide for them. They shall eat and rest, arise with the Son of Man forever. 1 Enoch 69:29, henceforth nothing that is corruptible shall be found, that the Son of Man has appeared and has seated himself upon the throne of his glory, and all evil shall disappear from before his face. He shall go and tell that the Son of Man, and he shall be strong before the Lord of the spirits. 1 Enoch 71. It happened after this that his living name was raised up before that Son of Man unto the Lord, among whom dwells upon the earth. 1 Enoch 105, until the Lord of and my Son are united with them forever in the upright paths in their lifetime. Excuse me. Note from the introduction of 1 Enoch, the Messiah in 1 Enoch, called the Righteous One and the Son of Man, is depicted as a pre-existent heavenly being who is resplendent with majesty, possessed all dominion, and sits on his throne of glory, passing judgment upon mortal and spiritual beings. A human political leader? Question mark. Okay. The Sibylline Oracle 3.285. Then the heavenly God will send a king, and will judge each man in blood and gleam of fire. There is a certain royal tribe whose race will never stumble. This too, as time pursue its cyclical course, will reign, and it will begin to raise up a new temple of God. Sibylline Oracle 3:652 to 655. And then will send a king from the sun. He will stop the entire earth from evil war, killing some, imposing oaths of loyalty on others, and he will not do all these things by his private plan, but in obedience to the whole noble teaching of the great God. Sibylline Oracles 5:108. Then a certain king sent from God again, him will destroy all the great kings and noble men. Thus there will be judgment on men by imperishable one. For a blessed man came from the expanse of heaven with a scepter in his hands which God gave him. And he gained away over all things well, and gave back the wealth to all the good which previous men had taken. He destroyed every city from its foundations, and with much fire and burned nations of mortals who were formerly evildoers. Psalms of Solomon. In chapter 17, 21 and 18:9. Chapter 17:18 draw quite detailed portrait of a coming divinic Messiah. Since the entire text is almost 60 verses long, I cannot reproduce